SVU is a show that explores the darker side of New York City's police department known as the Special Victims Unit. In this department, they handle sexually based offenses such as rape, torture, pedophilia, incest, and child abuse. The show is produced by Wolf Films, which is owned by the show's creator and executive producer Dick Wolf. He's produced over 40 television shows and films, some of which are my absolute favorites, including Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, Law & Order Criminal Intent, and of course, my absolute favorite, Law & Order SVU. The show's characters have changed a little bit since the show first started in 1999. However, today's current characters include Detective Olivia Benson, Detective Nick Amaro, Detective Finn Tutuola, Detective Amanda Rollins, Captain Donald Cragen, Dr. Melinda Warner, and ADA Raphael Barber. How do you think the show affects you? The show affects me by showing me possible situations that happen every day throughout the United States. Most of these cases, while some may be hard to watch and hear about, are based on real cases, and they help you understand the thinking of both the criminal and the victim. It helps me understand that anything can happen to anyone at any time in any way, gives me a sense of how to protect myself from this possibly happening to me one day. How might it affect a child watching? I personally think that this show is a little too gruesome for a child to be watching. I know that when my younger sister, who just turned 11 years old, walks into the room, I found myself either turning the channel or pausing it until she leaves the room, just because I don't want her to see the reenactment of a woman being brutally beaten and raped. I don't think that anyone under the age of 13 years old should be watching this show. While it can prepare you for real situations of being attacked, it just gets too gruesome sometimes for younger children to be watching. How might the cumulative effect of watching lots of shows like this affect you, your culture, and your nation? In my personal opinion, watching shows like this will open your eyes to things that happen in the real world every day. Unfortunately, our world is far from perfect, and crimes like this are committed every single day all throughout the United States and the world. I think it will give men, women, and teens, and even children, the chance to learn how to protect themselves and teach them how to speak up if something like this happens to them. How do audience members for this show interact? I know that my sister-in-law and I watch this show together all the time. We don't physically watch it together in the same room because we live in different cities, but we will text each other the entire time while watching the show and compare our opinions on different things that had just happened throughout the TV show. And then we find ourselves talking about how we feel about what just happened, or what we would personally do if we found ourselves in one of the characters' positions. How do you incorporate the lessons of this show, both explicit and implicit, into your life? I find myself thinking a lot while I watch this show, such as what would I do if I was the victim, or how would I try to help a victim if they were my friend or a family member. The cases in this show are so realistic, and unfortunately they happen every day throughout the world. The show actually inspired me to learn how to shoot a gun, and I will be purchasing my first gun here soon for my own personal protection in my own home. Thank you everyone for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it and that it made you more interested in possibly watching Law & Order SVU. I enjoyed working with all of you this summer, and I hope that everyone enjoyed the class as much as I did. And